My freshman year, I was at Lobsterfest, which is Juniata College's event for people to join clubs.
I see this club in the corner of the field, and it said knitting club, and I was like, hey, yeah, why not?
I was looking for clubs to join, so it seemed kind of a no-brainer.
I first got interested in the knitting club when I was actually in Sunderland Hall, which is my residence hall, and I walked out because I had about 15 minutes to kill and I was going to hang out in the lobby. And the knitting club was out there.
My best friend actually signed me up for the club, and I was like, dude, I'm never gonna do this. And one day I decided, okay, I guess I'll go. So I went and I fell in love with it.
I like that it brings students together across disciplines. I like that it's a time to take a break from studying and do something productive with our hands that is different than the studying that we all do on a regular basis.
We are small in size to the extent of people who come regularly, but at the same time, we still have people who trickle in every once in a while because I think it allows the club members to really connect and bond with each other. It gives them a stronger feeling of camaraderie.
I think you bounce ideas off of other people, more experienced knitters, less experienced knitters, you learn better ways to do things. Like now I know how to cast on for a sock. But when that's going on, you're motivated to knit more.
It's just a great connection to have with students. I really enjoy knitting so much in my life and am glad that I'm able to, teach students to knit here at Knitting Club.
Dr. Tootin had this idea of putting a hat on the clock tower, and so Belle had the idea, and then the Knitting Club had squares left over from a yarn bombing project that I don't think ever actually got completed, that started before I was co-chair of the Knitting Club.
I really thought it was cool because it was on the clock tower where everyone is passing by it every day, and it's just and it just brings out awareness that the knitting club is there. I feel like people know there's a knitting club, but they're just like, oh, it's not really, anything. But we're actually doing stuff. We're actually here.
I feel like that's just a perfect kind of a representation of Juniata. We're all, not everybody, but most people here are kind of goofy and a little weird, but in a good way.
It was very visible for everybody to see and just kind of represented the coming of winter and, kind of community spirit that I think that Knitting Club is all about.
It was just a cool thing that the school let us do. We were able to, show our school spirit and let them know that, we do want to do projects that bring us together.
I would encourage people to join because A, you get to learn how to knit, you can make awesome things. You get to meet new people, and meeting new people, in any scenario, interesting people, knitting is surrounded by interesting people, and meeting those people is definitely worth it.
I've never met a knitter I don't like. I don't think it exists. It may actually be an oxymoron. So I guess it just attracts wonderful people, or knitting makes you a better person. I have no idea. But I definitely have been changed by the relationships that I've made through knitting.
If you are ever considering joining a knitting club, you would be stupid not to. It is fun, it is enjoyable, and you will succeed.